I think we owe apology to Ang Lee's 2003 Hulk movie with Eric Bana, the lovely Jennifer Connelly, Sam Elliott, and Nick Nolte. It was a really good film. Like I was turning about HBO the other day. It's like, oh, okay, I haven't seen this movie forever. And you start watching it, it's like, this is really good. I like how Ang Lee used the direction, like he has like comic book panels, like you're watching reading a comic book and all that, it goes to these different scenes. I like the angst of Eric Banner's Hulk, David Banner. I mean Bruce Banner. He's playing Bruce Banner. I like the angst of the Banner character. I like the chemistry he had with Jennifer Connelly. Like when I looked at Sam Elliott, I was like, that's Thunderbolt Ross. Like William Hurt was great as Thunderbolt Ross, and unfortunately he passed away. And now they have Harrison Ford playing Thunderbolt Ross. But when you look at Sam Elliott, it's like they should have brought that guy back because he is Thunderbolt Ross. And Nick Nolte was tremendous in that. Like Nick Nolte, was a scene between him and Eric Bana towards the end of the movie. It's like, oh my god, you got to forget that Nick Nolte is a really good actor. But I think the problem with that film, that was the time period where Blade was a hit, and the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire were a hit, and the X-Men movies, Hugh Jackman's X-Men movies, were a hit, especially like X-Men X2. And I think there was an expectation that the Hulk movie would do just as well, and it didn't. And I'm not sure why. Um, I honestly think if that movie would have came out after Iron Man, or in between like Hulk and Captain America during that time period, like later that decade, or at the beginning of 2010s, I think that film would have been fine. But for whatever reason, that film did not connect with the public, which is unfortunate. Like I just really really liked that film. I really loved the acting. I really loved the direction. Like Ang Lee was saying how I think he enjoyed making it, but it took a lot out of him. And I think he almost quit directing. But then he came across Brokeback Mountain, and he said, "Well, I'll do this instead." Because I think he said he was looking for a quieter movie, and so he made Brokeback, won an Oscar. And I don't know if Heath Ledger would have became the Joker after, if Brokeback Mountain wasn't a success with Ang Lee directing it. Maybe Heath was already signed to play the Joker. I don't know, but definitely after that movie, Heath became a hot commodity, and we might not have gotten The Dark Knight with Heath Ledger if it wasn't for Ang Lee's disappointment with the Hulk movie and then going to make Brokeback Mountain. I don't know. Like it's the universe, man. The universe is crazy. But yeah, I think the movie was actually really really good. Um, See, the thing about Robert Downey Jr. when he played Iron Man and with Jon Favreau as director, there was expectations on it, but people didn't know what it would be. And the same thing with the Thor movie and the Captain America. There was no pressure on those movies because Marvel did a smart thing. They chose secondary characters that people knew, but they weren't like Fantastic Four or X-Men or Spider-Man or the Hulk, where you having like, okay, it has to make like a $300-400 million. Like, no, there's like, we're going to take these other characters and see what happens. And even with that first Captain America movie, because I watched it again recently, it was fine. But once the Russo brothers came in for Winter Soldier, it was game over. Like the Russo brothers saved Marvel in a lot of ways. That first Thor movie was just like Ang Lee's Hulk. Like that first Thor movie directed by Kenneth Branagh was really good. To me that was like the best Thor movie next to Ragnarok, right? But I don't think it was appreciated as it was. And I was actually hoping that they would probably bring back Kenneth Branagh to do the next Thor movie, but I don't think that's going to happen. Let's get back to Hulk for a second. So the Eric Bana Hulk was really good, but then everybody was like, we're out. We're out of this. And so then they had Ed Norton as Hulk, and that was pretty decent. But again, that movie didn't do that great. And then we move ahead to Mark Ruffalo. And Mark Ruffalo's been playing the Hulk for years now, but there's never been another Hulk movie. Like, I've been waiting, like, well, is they ever going to do a Hulk movie with Mark Ruffalo? And the closest you're going to get is Thor Ragnarok. But that was a Thor movie with Hulk in it. So I doubt we're ever going to get it. At this point, I doubt we're ever going to get a Hulk movie. And I don't know why. But one of the things I don't like, I don't like how they keep changing how Hulk got his powers. How Banner became the Hulk. Because even in the TV show Bill Bixby, they had him tied. He was Bruce Banner. He wasn't David Banner. He was Bruce Banner. He got tied. He was doing experiments on himself. And that's how he became the Hulk. In Ang Lee's Hulk, David Banner was played by a younger version of Nick Nolte. It was David Banner. He was doing experiments on himself, and he passed that down to his son Bruce, who's played by Eric Bana. I don't know why we don't do the original Hulk, original Banner, David Banner, he got caught up in a nuclear explosion and he got these powers. Like, I don't know how this happens. Like Oppenheimer, they had like a atomic weapon bomb, so you can do it in film. It's possible to do an atomic or nuclear weapon explosion on film, but they won't. They for some reason they shy away from the David Banner origin of the Hulk. Like, I don't quite get it. But overall, I really do think okay, it sounds crazy because Marvel, they got a whole new timeline what they're doing, blah blah blah. But it would be nice if they brought back that whole Hulk cast. Eric Bana and Ang Lee and Jennifer Connelly, Sam Elliott and Nick Nolte. Everybody's older now, so we're 20 years older. So I don't know if that's all going to work for everybody. But I would love to see them get a second shot at this, because I think they really did good work on that movie, and I think they were underappreciated for what they did. I don't think Marvel really appreciated for what they did with that film. And it would be nice if they gave them just a one-off to see if the fans after all these years say, you know what, we love this movie and we want another film. But I doubt that's gonna happen. Hey, before I go, shout out to Paul Bettany, man. Cause I was looking at Jennifer Connelly, and it's like, you Paul Bettany, you slick dude. You got with her in that Beautiful Mind movie, man. You got with her. You saw her in that Hulk movie. It's like, I want to marry that chick. I want to marry Betty Ross. And damn it, Vision did. Shout out to Paul Bettany, a.k.a. Jarvis, a.k.a. Vision. You are the MVP, my friend. But yeah, so what do you think about that Hulk movie with Ang Lee? Like, did you like the Ang Lee Hulk movie? Do you think it was underrated? Or did you like the Ed Norton movie better for the Hulk movie? How do you feel about the old school Bill Bixby Hulk TV show? It's corny, but I still kind of like it, though. It's almost like that King from Kung Fu thing. He's just walking from town to town, getting mad at people, helping people, and kicking ass. Shout out to Lou Ferrigno, who was in the Ang Lee Hulk movie. But yeah, tell me what was your favorite Hulk movie, and tell you and what are your feelings on the Ang Lee Hulk movie. And what about my crazy idea that maybe they should bring back the whole cast again, even though it's 20 years later? Would Marvel do it? Probably not. But should they? Maybe.